Okay, so we're coming to you live from the Dominican Republic. This is the VIR Voice.
Vamos.
Yeah, right?
Vamos.
This is the VIR Voice. We've had a great week so far. Don't you think, Jax?
Yeah, sunburn for sure. Great week though.
So the reason we're here is because once a year we celebrate all of our top performers. And we celebrate our company and our achievements, and we come to a foreign spot, and we have a great time. So with me, like always, is Senior Jax. How you doing, Jax?
Good. Yeah, happy to be back again. Another episode. Yeah, the DR is crazy.
It's been real crazy.
It's better than Mexico.
We all may seem like we're running a little slow today.
Because we are.
Right? I think Imari, this is Imari, by the way. Imari's going to be
What
our
up,
first
what up,
guest.
what up?
I think he showed up a little drunk,
What? No.
slightly a little drunk.
Oh,
but,
maybe from last night, I guess, technically.
so how did you end up here, Imari?
In the Dominican Republic or out
Yeah,
here?
how'd you end up here?
Man.
Dominican Republic.
A little backstory. I'm just a broke boy from Inglewood. And so Inglewood, California, up to no good, for those of you guys who know. But I actually met, who's now my friend, a guy named Abe. We both went to this church volleyball thing.
Okay.
After the volleyball, we went to Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A. I was looking for
What'd
a
you
job.
get?
The same thing I always get. Number 2, spicy deluxe.
Okay.
With
Extra
cheese
pickles.
or no cheese?
Got to with the
Okay.
cheese.
With cheese, right?
Pepper jack.
Awesome.
Okay. Do you use the Chick-fil-A sauce on it?
I use half the Chick-fil-A and half the sweet and spicy sriracha.
Oh,
Ooh,
you tried the
okay.
Polynesian?
You gotta-
I need to try
The
that one.
Polynesian's not spicy.
I know, but it's really good. But I get what
but
you're
it's
saying.
not spicy.
Now I'm going to have to try the half and half.
It's fire.
Okay.
Fire.
All right.
We were at Chick-fil-A. I was looking for a job. And like 2 weeks earlier, I was kind of looking for a job. But then all the jobs I had like fell through. So
Where were you working?
I was working at Starbucks.
A barista.
I was a barista. Yeah.
What, is that like the boy behind the counter who is taking
Yeah.
orders?
Yeah.
Were you taking orders or were you making coffee?
You do everything.
Oh.
You do everything. I put myself in the position to do the least amount of work. That's where I was. We all got paid the same. I wasn't going to work harder than somebody else.
Okay.
We all got paid
All
the
right.
same.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Work smarter, not harder.
Okay.
And so I was like, I was tired of waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd be out. We live in Vegas.
Yeah.
I had never called off work before.
Okay.
I've been working since I was 15 and a half. I've been in Vegas for not even a year. I had called off work like 13 times. I would be out at 4 o'clock and I was like, look, it's not happening today. It's just not.
How do you maintain a job that you call off 13 times
People love
in a
me.
year?
People love me.
They do love you.
They
Yeah,
love me.
I'd agree with that.
And so
Yeah.
He has an ability to just get people to love him.
Yeah. 100%.
It's the hair, I believe.
when you take it down.
It's not your face, it's your hair.
it's everything. It's the whole look. It's the whole look. So I needed a job. And so 2 weeks ago, or 2 weeks before, he was bragging about like all this money
Oh,
he was
Abe
making.
was bragging.
Abe, yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like Abe.
Yeah. All right.
And I'm like, hey, you're going to look me in the face and tell me your paycheck was only like $1,800. But I was like, you're weird as crap. If you can make $1,800, I'm going to make way more than that.
Okay.
Okay.
And so he told me about it. I was like, so you just knock on doors and just tell people to save money. And he was like, yeah. I was like, more background. Before this, I was in Tucson, Arizona. Before I was in Las Vegas, I was in Tucson, Arizona. I was a minister. And so basically my job consisted of walking up to people and be like, hey, do you want to know your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? And so I didn't say it like that because that's corny.
That's
But
kind of creepy, too.
It's super creepy. I never did that.
That's your whole pitch?
Yeah, that was
That's your whole pitch.
So
Did you have little cards or little books?
yeah, I
you
had
hand
cards. I gave my number out. I did it.
Okay.
So
All right.
I was like, if I could convince people to come to church with me, I'm gonna be able to get people to save money. Like, it's not even comparable.
Okay.
And so I started. I went to the like training.
Who was training?
Who was training?
Was it me? Was
No,
it Jax?
It was Joey.
Joey?
It was
Might have
Joey.
been Joey.
Joey.
You started
because
before.
it was the right before quarantine.
Yeah, it
like
was
the last 2 weeks of
Okay.
February.
All right.
And so I went to the training, and they were like telling me everything. I was like,
What was when they were telling you the information, what was your thought?
just send me out. Like I said,
So there was no skepticism. You weren't like, this
Oh,
is
It
bullshit.
wasn't a pyramid scheme.
It was definitely a pyramid scheme. No, definitely. I was like, they're gonna ask me for money after this.
You have to enroll 2 people in order to get your
And
paycheck.
so I was like, what's the worst that could happen? Like there was like I didn't invest anything,
Yep.
and so they were like, all right, come back tomorrow, memorize the pitch. I threw the thing in the back and I didn't even look at it, but I'm good at it. I walked in the next day, I read it one time, and I did it, killed it, crushed it. Everybody in my training class was trash, but
Okay.
that's the thing about so yeah, and so everybody's going up. I'm like, you guys are terrible. Like, you guys are literally atrocious. First, we had, I think 9 people the first day. The second day, only 3 people showed up. Normal.
Yeah.
And then,
Very normal.
But then after, I think they lasted a little bit. Those 2 little Mexican kids, you don't remember?
No.
No. But I did it. I went out my first day. Do they know what RFPs are?
Just
What's an
saying.
RFP?
Okay.
Yeah, what's an RFP?
It's basically a setup for the close.
It's a request for proposal.
I didn't. I worked for the company for
don't
like
know
6
that.
months.
Don't say
He
that.
just knows the term.
Yeah,
I got an
it's
RFP.
RFP.
I have no idea what that is.
No idea. And so
Wow.
I was with a guy that looked like Jesus. His name was Ben, I think.
Oh
right?
yeah, Ben
Oh,
Cross.
Ben.
Ben Cross.
Ben Cross.
He does look a little bit. He's a white. He's a white Jesus. He's a white Jesus.
Yeah.
100%.
And so he was in the thing that you guys do, choice. And
Yep.
so like my very first day, I went out and he tried to enroll me in choice. And I was like, so literally the whole time I've been here, I've been I think it's been like 8 people that
At
tried to enroll me,
least.
at least.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, you're going. You just,
just
don't know
don't
it
know.
yet. You just don't know it yet.
and then, so me and Ben went out the first day. I got 4 RFPs.
Yeah.
2 of them closed
Yeah.
Oh, on day 1.
On day one.
on day 1. I was like,
I guess that explains why you're here.
Yeah. I was like, my dad called. I talked to my dad after the interview, and I was like, it's only commission, but I'm gonna do it. Like, I trust me. I believe in me. Like, I'm gonna be able to take care of it.
Okay.
And then I called my dad that first Monday, or the first Monday after I made the deals. I was like, I made 2 deals last week, and he was like, no, you didn't. I was like, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did.
And then I think, like Naomi said, it wasn't in my bank account though. And so,
Not in my bank account though.
and so yeah, and so now then quarantine happened.
Yep.
But how did you end up here
Oh, in the Dominican.
in the Dominican?
In
What
the
did you have to do to get here?
I bet on myself. I feel like that's what I went out. I took a lot of days off, but I took some days on too, and I was here. I worked. I worked on my craft. Like, there were many nights where I was laying in bed practicing my clothes.
Yeah.
Like, literally going through it.
That's literally how you have to
that's
do
it.
it, though, right?
I could read
You gotta
every
be,
single
like,
slide verbatim.
persistent.
It's not like a Starbucks job where you punch in and
Yeah,
you're working
you come
and then
and
you
just
punch
do your
out.
job and dip.
It's like to do what we do, I believe you have to like master your craft.
Yeah,
So
what
you're
is that video?
constantly working
It's
on
the
it.
ABC, like the whole always be closing.
Always be
Yeah.
closing.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
always be working on it.
Yeah, and that's what separates, I think, good reps from mediocre reps. Is good reps will take private time for themselves and really master their craft.
Better themselves.
I have to. And I think I make fun of Abe a lot, but I think I learned a lot from Abe. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
I was definitely, because I was on his team.
Well, we all make fun of Abe a lot, right?
Yeah, we
Deservedly
love
so.
Abe,
Because
but
it's so easy, and we love the shit out of him. But
Right.
he's easy to make fun of. But I will tell you this:
he is
that
great.
don't you think?
He is great at what
when,
he does.
when it comes to
When he's
the
locked in.
slideshow presentation, he is money. He is on point. Like, Words don't come out of his mouth that don't have a purpose.
Yeah.
He
it's a
knows
textbook
exactly what to
close.
say at the exact time. I think it's amazing.
Like literally, what I was gonna say is, like instead of listening to music, driving to my closes, this man would be listening to your close.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like literally in
Yeah,
the car. I'm
on
like
the CarPlay.
on the CarPlay,
nice.
listening to your close,
Nice.
and I'm just like, because it was like my second week, third week. I was like, man, he's committed, but
When he wants to be.
yeah. And so I bet on myself and I was committed. That's
Okay,
how I got here.
so let's say with COVID and when you started, how many total months do you believe that you worked in 2020?
7
months.
7 months.
Okay. What was your final income for the year? Do you know?
More than 70.
Oh, it was more than 70.
Yeah.
I just want to know if you know.
I don't know.
Okay, it was 76. Yeah, so you made $76,000 in 7 months. Coming from Starbucks to this, okay? So we've had a lot of time to talk. Jackson sat down with you. We've asked, what is your vision for yourself? And you're going to be running a team, right?
Right.
Okay. What's your vision for yourself and your team for 2021?
For me personally, I'm going to make $500,000. And for my team,
So let me
Yeah.
let me just
Yeah.
cut you off right there because that's a
Huge jump.
bold statement to make, and people out there are probably going, "Fuck is this guy talking about? He's gonna make $500,000. He just made 78 or 76. How's he gonna do $500,000?" So how are you going to do the $500,000?
I have a nice apartment, got a nice view, windows everywhere. I'm gonna leave my blinds open. When the sun is up, I am up.
Okay.
I have my plan. I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna work. Because it's not like you can't make $500,000
Strictly working.
just strictly working.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
You
like
can't do that. It has to be my whole life. My whole life has to be in order if I'm
Okay.
gonna do that. And
All
so
right. So blinds are open.
Blinds-
Sun is up. You're up.
I'm up.
Okay.
I'm going to make. What did I calculate? Man. Okay, maybe I was a little drunk. I'm trying. I don't remember.
How did you calculate it? Because you're going to be on manager pay
Yeah.
starting in January, so
Right.
you make more money.
hmm
Okay.
I mean,
How much of that is going to be override money? Because I can calculate it right now. I can tell you how many deals you got to write.
how you said you did, Jax?
25 would
Oh, my neck.
I think it's 70.
How many deals did you do this year?
Me? 71, 72.
My goal is 100
Okay.
personally. Well, personally with my team.
I'm going to do the math right now for you. 6.5. Okay. I'll do it more. Okay. So that's average of 6.5 killies. So 3250
Just
Right.
about, yeah.
Times 100.
times 100. That's going to put you at 325,000.
So
Yeah,
So you need to make 175 in
Off the
overrides,
team.
which is
easy.
easy.
yeah,
So that makes sense. So your goal is 100 accounts.
100 accounts.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you're going to have a full year too, which seems like you should be able to do that.
right.
Duh.
What's that come down to a month? Can somebody break down those numbers?
Yeah.
Less than 10.
Well, because
Well,
we're
it's 11
we're
months.
doing
11
11 months.
We take December off.
Big
If,
off.
if,
Yeah.
if
9
folks out there haven't noticed, we don't work in the month of December.
Not
We
at
grind all year long. We take December off. We travel around. We
kinda
do what we
November.
want to do. How many days were you in Vegas in December?
0. Oh.
Well, no, you popped in for the
Yeah. I was there for the Christmas
You
party.
helped me move that one day.
Oh, I did.
Probably like, what, a week?
Yeah, probably like 7 days.
Yeah.
I mean, I was also only in Las Vegas for like 10 days of November, and I made like $15,000.
Welcome to Solar.
Okay.
I made $15,000 in November. I didn't work after the 11th. I walked out of the deal and drove. I went to go get my tattoo. I said I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Texted my guy on
Okay.
the way.
So $500,000, and how many guys do you have on your team right now? love how he's got to count.
Gotta count it out.
On his fingers, too, by the way.
Yeah. How old are you?
So
Okay.
you're at 4 right now.
5. I think I have 5. So it's Dre, Damu, my brother, Felipe. Who am I? I'm missing somebody. There's somebody
All right.
else.
All right, so 5.
5.
5 guys. Do you plan on growing that, or is 5 going to be your number you're going to rock with through the year?
Oh, yeah. That's definitely going to grow.
What's the number you want to be at?
What do you want to finish with?
Under me personally?
Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't thought about that. I don't want to just say a number.
Okay,
You know, like
yeah.
that $500,000, I've been thinking about that number since like October,
Okay.
getting ready for this year. So I
Makes
don't
sense.
like when I make a statement, I don't want to.
So let me ask you another question.
Yeah.
What is it about VIR that has you work here? Because there's other solar companies out there, right?
Yeah.
We all know.
You've met
We
'em in the
compete
field.
I
beat
know.
'em in the field.
They recruit me.
There's other companies
Exactly.
out. What makes you want to be at VIR?
So I was working at Starbucks making, I don't know, $1,200 every 2 weeks, or not even like $800 every 2 weeks. Then I think after quarantine was all said and done, so in May, that was when we got back to it, right? May?
May
Yep.
15th.
May, I had to figure it out in May. June, I had it kind of figured out. I think in the month of June, I was above the red line. I made like $10,000 or something, like
Okay.
just barely.
Yep.
And we have our monthly meeting, like on the 1st.
Yep.
We go over how we did last month. We go over what we want to create the upcoming month. And I made more money than I've ever made in like 6 months. I made in a month. And they looked at me. Both of y'all looked at me and said, I'm being dramatic for the story. But they say, you suck. And they put me in front of everybody. They were like, you suck. Why did you only make $10,000? And Dad used to be a football coach, right?
I did.
I could feel it. My dad's a football coach. I grew up playing football. I could feel it.
Yep.
And so I sat there and I was like, I do suck.
Yeah.
Like,
I played so soft this game.
yeah.
This month.
And so I went that next week, the first week of July, I made $10,000 in a week.
Yep.
That's why I'm up here. We don't want mediocre.
Yeah.
We don't tolerate mediocre. That's why I'm here.
I learned something in my leadership course by an amazing human being. His name is Robert Pleasance. I'll throw that out there. Maybe one day he might end up running across this, but he had a huge impact on my life. And Robert Pleasance said, what we tolerate, we promote.
Yes, sir.
And that's a little bit confusing at first, but if you literally think about that phrase, what we tolerate, we promote. So you have to look at it as in, I'm encouraging laziness. I'm encouraging, being late. I'm encouraging not being committed versus, I just tolerate that from a few people. We don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't do that here. It's
Cancerous.
And we're
Because
so
it grows.
we're so to the point with it. Do you want to go grab the door, Holden? I think somebody just knocked on the door. Yeah. Well, I mean, if somebody knocked on the door, that would mean somebody's here, right?
Normally
They
that's
knock on the
that
door.
works.
Was
How we
somebody
doing,
here?
Jack? How we doing?
We good, Jack?
Keep his
I'll do my best
fucking
on it,
head in the
okay?
camera. Yeah,
Okay.
twist a little.
All right. So,
You can twist this out, down. and
yeah, I can do it.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, but you want me to be on it, right?
Stay out there.
yeah. Straight up. Fucking stay out and back.
Just when you're looking at them.
Okay. So, whoa. So, when Robert Pleasance said that to me, and there's a lot of quotes you hear out there from a lot of important people, a lot of people who have been successful in their life. You hear a lot of quotes. They all have them, right? But that one just hit home with me because I don't want to promote those things. I don't want to be around those things. I don't want them in my life. I don't want them in my business. And so I think it's something that what you're saying, the standard is a different level of
Yeah.
fear.
Like we say it all the time. We said, I'm mad. I thought about the snake knives. That's what I did. That's just, but it's funny. Like I made a joke about it, but like literally, you say I never use this video. The first day for everybody, you show them that same video. I don't know if you do it on purpose, but
I really don't.
But it's like every time we get a new recruiting class, you're like, it's time again.
Gotta set the tone.
You do.
Gotta set the tone day one. I mean,
Do you want steak knife? We're not steak
So
knives.
so besides that part of the culture,
Mm-hmm.
what else has you attracted to VIR?
It's family. I was thinking about that too. Like I think we've done it either once or twice, but like our meeting was literally just us talking. Where's our headspace? How are we doing? What's going on? People are crying. People like who does that at a job?
it can't all be about work.
Yeah,
That's not how money's made.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude, right?
And so it's like we're a fam. Like, bro, we moved Genesis and Cheyenne out of their parents' house. They have their we are changing lot. Like, I'm in the panorama on the 19th floor. I'm a little boy from Inglewood.
You
like-
got to stop. Hey, can you do me a favor and stop saying that about yourself?
Whoa. I like to remember where I came from.
No.
It's my act of gratitude.
Okay.
That's me being
All right.
grateful.
All right.
I'm not staying in that mentality.
Okay.
When we had that conversation, everybody, like I said, I don't like saying numbers that I don't want to commit to. I don't know
Okay.
if you remember, but we were having one of those meetings, and I think there was only a couple. I think it was November. It was like our October meeting or our November meeting, and everybody's like, "I'm gonna make $40,000. I'm gonna make $30,000," and I said, "I think I'll make like 12." I think I said, and everybody's saying like 30, and I was like, that was the space I was in. I was like, I'm, and then everybody was talking, and then they're like, "No, you can do more than that." I was like, "Fine, I'll do more than that." But I think one of the things you said to me in that time was, I hold myself small, and I think a lot, I was in that mindset. Yeah, I was in that mindset. I'm just a little boy from Inglewood.
Yeah.
But now I'm taking ownership of it in another way where it's like, yeah, I am. And for whatever reason, all these doors have been open to me, and I can do more than that. And I think that's something you said to me. I was holding myself small, and so that's why I have that number next year, 500,000. I've been permeating on. I told Jax, look, I'm not there yet. All right, well, I'm ready now. Like, I want to go back to work right now. I haven't worked since like the November 11th, like I said. So I'm ready to go back to work.
Time to
But
go.
like, I didn't want to say a number that I wasn't committed to. I'm committed
Right.
to that number.
Right. That makes
Like,
sense.
yeah. And so I think next year, how am I going to do that? I'm no longer going to hold myself small. I'm going to live
love
up.
it.
Yeah.
I love that. So you also said something. You said something to me the other night, and then you just said it again right now. You said that we're changing people's lives. So how do you see that?
In my life personally, I wasn't homeless. I was staying with a friend, but I didn't have a home when I moved to Las Vegas. I had a job. I had a place to stay. I had food. Like, I wasn't struggling by any stretch of the imagination. I didn't have a lease, though. Like, my name wasn't anywhere. Now, I'm in the panorama. I look at, we make fun of Abe a lot. But Abe is a different man than he was at the beginning of the year when I met
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Genesis and Cheyenne, you went to their house. Yeah, you didn't see where they were staying.
Mm-hmm.
They were on top of each other, staying with their parents because they couldn't afford anything else.
Wow.
Now they pay rent at their parents' house and have their own place.
They pay double rent.
They
right?
pay
Yeah. Double rent.
like every single Ashley's about to buy like I don't know a crap ton of acres
Yeah,
in Oregon.
a bunch of land.
A
in
bunch of
Oregon.
land. Like, we change people's lives. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, nobody who works at VIR stays the same person. And if they want to stay the same person,
They won't work
then
here.
they won't work at VIR. It's
Very
like,
simple.
that's it.
Totally right.
That's
isn't
it. Like,
It's totally right. It's something that I can say that Jackson and I have talked about so many times about, creating a different life for somebody. And, you know, we don't do it. We give the opportunity for it to happen.
Yeah, 100%.
But you see people come in the door, and you really never know who's going to grab hold of the opportunity and who's going to change their life.
Yeah, because we've had some, like, beautiful, what do you call it, sales guys walk in the door that just have all the talent in the world, but they don't have the, I don't know, attitude or want to just be better.
The intangibles.
Yeah,
like they always talk about in the draft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just very stuck being the same.
Yeah, and they don't buy in. They don't buy in. So when you don't buy in, then you're going to stay stagnant.
Yeah, become the odd man out.
Okay, so last question, Imari. If you could say anything to anyone thinking about coming to work for VIR, what would it be? From the heart.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing I would say would be, if you want to come work at VIR, you have to be committed. Like that's it. Like, we're going to change your life. We're going to make you a better person. We're going to make you more money than you've ever made in your entire life. But you have to commit to that. And I think it's crazy because I started in March, and I've probably seen like 200 people walk through the training classes, but they're not committed. And so if somebody wants to work at VIR, they've got to be committed.
Yep, I agree. And why don't we keep those people around?
Cancerous to the team, man, to the ones who want to be. They're just not cut to, I'm not going to say have this opportunity, but they don't want to create it for themselves, because it's not like I can give you this. This isn't a tangible thing I can put in your hand. You know what I mean? It's a dream. It's a goal. It's a vision. So, they're just not ready for it.
Yeah.
I look at it as a football team, too. Listen, you could come try out, but if you're not making it, you're getting cut.
Straight up. Best 11 will play.
How many times have we said, this ain't for you?
It's
There's the door.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We
Yep.
want the best. And that's why we write the business we write, I think, is because we're surrounded by like-minded people who are grinding.
Ashley didn't work in December. She had 2 paychecks on the wall.
Yeah.
I just remembered.
She did.
Both pay periods.
Didn't
had a
work in
check on the
December.
Didn't
wall.
work. Do they know if you have to make at least $5,000 to get a paycheck on the wall? She didn't work
And that's in a 2-week period.
in a 2-week period.
Yeah, you gotta
she
make
didn't
5
work in December. She got 2 paychecks on the wall.
Pretty awesome. Right?
What other kind of job does that?
None. All right. That's it for the questions, but I want you to give me just a statement on the product itself. Like we talk a lot about how much money we make as reps, you know, what we're able to do, how we're changing lives, but what we're doing for the customer is extremely important. And I think that has a lot to do with our success. So when you leave a customer's house, knowing what you did for them, how does that make you feel?
There's not a lot of businesses where it's a win-win, where both people on both parties are benefiting. And so it's amazing to know that I'm saving a family money, I'm saving the environment, and also making some money at doing it. I wouldn't work for another company that didn't have the pitch as straightforward and truthful. Because I think a lot of other people, a lot of salespeople, they just blah, 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 sign here.
Yeah.
But we're very honest the whole way through. And so I think, especially for me, I've signed deals where we didn't even open the PowerPoint. They were just like, yeah. Like, we just sat in their house like this, and we just talked, had a beer. And so,
Right.
I had multiple customers text me Merry Christmas.
Right?
It's just like we're becoming a part of these people's lives.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
And some people think that that's all cheesy. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, how cheesy. I don't know if they're saying it's cheesy. But, dude, it's really a cool
Unless
deal.
you've knocked a door, gotten inside, gave the approach, and sold a deal, and actually make a friend, make a sale, whole thing we talk about, you'll never understand what we do. Ever.
You won't.
I mean, you can try, but I
Dude,
mean,
we have reps go to hockey games with customers. We have reps get invited over for birthday parties. I mean, I got video of Abe. He went to a customer's house for a birthday party. They were drinking party until like 1 o'clock in the morning, dancing. Like, I mean,
we went to the church with those one.
Oh yeah.
Went up to
Right?
the temple with them.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
so I just think that that's something that's special about
Yeah,
what we do too. Is
100%.
we're not just like making a transaction and see you later customer. We're building relationships with them too.
Yeah. I woke up to a text message from a client. It was a problem, but I was like, "Look, bro, I'm on vacation. I will text you when I get back." And they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, oh, just wanted to let you know, Merry Christmas too." Da, da, da. Like, it's we're friends. Like,
That's great. Well, Mr. Imari, dude, I'm looking forward to see what you create in 2021. Having you a part of our team is a blessing to us.
Thank you.
We enjoy your presence, dude. You bring an energy that is awesome.
Thank you.
So I
I
can't
appreciate
wait.
it.
Next year we're in Jamaica. So make sure you handle all your business this year because New Year's 2021, we're
Jamaica,
in Jamaica.
baby.
vamos. What, do they speak English in Jamaica?
I don't know. They
I don't
speak
know.
Rasta.
Oh,
They speak Rasta.
we're not gonna have any
Yeah.
problem getting weed there.
There will be no weed issues. I
No,
think,
there will
in
not be.
Jamaica. Hopefully the food's better than Dominican though.
Low key.
That's the only thing
That's
about
the
this
only
place,
thing.
man. The
I
view
mean, this
is
is
good.
beautiful.
It's stunning.
That turquoise water is
Stunning.
ridiculous, but the food here is no
Awful.
bueno.
Yeah.
No bueno.
I've been eating cheeseburgers. The cheeseburgers are good.
Yep. Can't mess that up. I mean, I hope not.
We can eat cheeseburgers for a week.
Yeah. So that's me.
You guys at my age. Okay. All right, Amari. Thanks for coming on.
Love you guys.
Love you too, buddy.
Love you too, man.